on Swift Horses was directed by David Minahan. This movie stars Jacob Elordi, David Minahan, Daisy Edgar Jones, Sasha Kaye, and more. In this film, a man returns from the Korean War to reunite with his wife, and their new life in California seems normal until soon his gambling-addicted brother with a jaded past and new forces come into their life, causing the stability of their marriage and their world to come crumbling around them as they explore rebellion and secrets. On Swift Horses has a lot of things writing behind it. It has a great cast. It has producers that worked on Nomadland, Call Me By Your Name. Incredible talent is behind this movie. It had a big push. It was released at film festivals, and it's clearly something that's shooting for awards. You can tell. It's without any shadow of a doubt. And there's a lot of pressure on this movie to perform well. And with those expectations, I expect it to be very good. I really do. And after seeing it, I think parts of it work, parts of it fall short. And I think this is a movie a lot of people are either gonna really love or you're just gonna really hate. I don't really think there's gonna be much of a middle ground here. If I'm being 100% honest with you, I'm gonna keep it 98 plus 8 minus 6 with you guys. The movie struggles with everything it wants to do. The movie has a lot going on. It's bringing a lot of baggage in, and it's trying its hardest to balance all that and keep you invested. And at times, it can sacrifice things that it needs to finish. I think the strongest thing this movie has going for it is the fact that it is incredibly just juicy. It's got a lot of yumph to it. A lot of things happen that are going to hook audiences. And by that, I mean gambling and affairs and drugs and stuff that just in general everybody, is kind of like interested in. The drama is what really keeps this movie going. That and the incredible cinematography. I love the way this movie is shot. It's gorgeous to look at. It captures the era, I'd say, fairly well. I think one of my issues, though, is that it doesn't entirely make you feel like you're there. It feels more like a representation of that era, if that makes sense. It's not exactly feeling like you're living in the 1950s as much as it's a representation to give you the vibe, but you never feel like you're entirely in it. The performances are a mixed bag. Will Poulter, he's having a stacked year, first of all. I want to say that. The man has really had his comeuppance ever since he was in Guardians 3, and I'm very happy for him. I think he was miscast in this movie. I wasn't a big fan of his performance. I think he went a little too big. He made some choices, which were definitely brave, but most of the time I didn't entirely like. He's a little too much for this movie. Jacob Elordi is, I feel like, a little too muted. I don't entirely care for his performance. I feel like he's doing too little at times, but he's definitely better. He's alright. He's doing a good job. Daisy Edgar Jones is solid. She's doing a fine job in here. I would say the standout is Sasha Kaye. I didn't think I'd see her again. Last time I saw her was in The Flash as Supergirl. I didn't know she had these chops on her. Because the thing is, she doesn't have a lot to do in this movie, but the little she has, she uses, and she chomps up the scenery. Like, she's a chomping at the bit the entire time, just... The movie, I feel like, though, is more good in idea and concept than it is in execution. Like, when things start to happen, you're invested and you like it, but it's not because it's good, it's just because, it's spicy and it's interesting. And it's trying to explore themes, but it doesn't do it in the best possible way. It kind of half-asses it a lot of the time. This movie also really struggles with being investing. I think it can be boring. I think the movie falls into points of boredom. There are times you check out, and it's not because the movie's bad, it's because the investment isn't there, and the meat and bones is just gone. There's times where the movie begins to slow down to a pace where it's hard to stay invested in it, and it's hard to care about what's happening on the screen. While you don't not care, you don't care. It's indifference, and it makes the movie a harder watch. Something else I think that the movie struggles with is it has too much going on. Like I said, it's a lot trying to happen in one film, and I think as sad as it is, you can feel the Oscar bait dripping off of this one. You can feel them wanting the attention, and because of that, I think it tends to sacrifice some really great moments because it's trying to go so big and trying to get that award, and I don't think it's going to do well come award season either. So I feel like the movie definitely struggles. It's confused with itself a lot, which is disappointing because this has potential. Like I said, there's a lot of this movie that I like. I think I prefer some of the aspects over the other ones. I think Daisy Edgar Jones and Sasha Calle are the better half of the movie, and I think everyone else is kind of just meh. They're the only ones with an interesting dynamic. They explored some cool themes. They had some awesome conversations. There were two that I really liked because I think they had the best dialogue out of anyone in this movie. Jacob Elordi's character is really generic, I hate to say. There's a lot of generic to this. It's a little flat. I wish it was better. I wish it was great, and I wish this movie was better. I just do. I really do. I don't hate it, but I don't like it, and that's my biggest issue. I wouldn't recommend really going to see this movie. I think if this comes out on streaming, that's a good time to watch it, but it's not something I'd say go to the theater pay money for. While it's good, it's not great, and it definitely has its struggles, its flaws, and its down points. I'm going to give On Swift Horses a 5 out of 10. So you guys, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you all next time.